Have you ever pictured a computer so smart it finishes your homework the moment your teacher assigns it? That sounds like something out of a science fiction story, yet grown-ups call this idea artificial intelligence. It can chat with you, solve problems, and even learn from its own mistakes. While everyone seems amazed by machines that might outsmart us one day, there's another curious thing in the spotlight right now, and it's not a robot or a brainy computer. It's called a trump coin. Some say it has real value, others say it's only good for show. Welcome to Explain Like 'em 5. Let's explore this mysterious coin in a way that's easy for anyone to understand no matter your age. Let's dive in. Donald Trump is a well-known figure who served twice as President of the United States. Because of his fame, many people want souvenirs or keepsakes connected to his time in office. Enter the Trump coin. It might sound as important as the coins you use to buy candy or stickers, but here's the catch. It usually isn't official money. In most cases, it's what grown-ups call a commemorative coin, created by private companies instead of a government mint. That means you can't take a Trump coin to the store and pay for your favorite snack. Instead, you'll likely need real cash or a debit card just like everyone else. So why do people buy coins you can't spend like normal money? Think of it like collecting stickers, sports cards, or stuffed animals. Sometimes it's fun to have a special item that reminds you of someone famous or a certain moment in history. A Trump coin often has a shiny surface, a portrait, or a patriotic design that makes it stand out. People may keep it on a shelf or in a protective case, show it off to friends, and enjoy the feeling of owning something a bit out of the ordinary. That's the idea behind commemorative coins. They serve as conversation starters or as little pieces of history rather than something you can use at a vending machine. The big question is whether a Trump coin has real value. Value can mean different things. There's the type of value that helps you buy ice cream, known as legal tender. Trump coins usually don't qualify. Then there's the collector's value, which depends on how many people want something and how hard it is to find. A rare toy can become very expensive if everyone wants it. The same is true for coins. If a specific Trump coin is limited in number, has a notable design, or is made from precious metals like gold or silver, some collectors might pay a higher price. Others might see it as a simple souvenir and wouldn't pay much at all. It's very much about what people believe it's worth. Sometimes you'll hear about a digital version of Trump coin. This dips into the world of cryptocurrency, which is like money that lives entirely on the internet. You might have heard grown-ups mention Bitcoin. That's the most famous cryptocurrency, and it exists on computers rather than in your piggy bank. The Trump coin in digital form is basically a token that people can buy and sell on certain websites, hoping it gains value over time. The tricky thing with many new cryptocurrencies is that if not enough people trust them or find them useful, they can end up being worth next to nothing. Tying a currency to a famous person doesn't automatically make it valuable. It still depends on whether folks believe in its future and function. You might wonder why someone would invest real money in a coin they can't spend in a store. For some, it's about showing support or admiration for Donald Trump. They feel proud to own something that represents their political views or a time they consider historic. For others, it's like collecting rare stamps or first edition books. It's a fun hobby, and the thrill is in finding unique pieces or complete sets. There are also people who speculate, meaning they hope to buy a coin when it's cheap and sell it later if it becomes popular. This can be risky, because if the coin doesn't catch on, you might end up with a shiny object nobody wants to buy. This leads to the question of how you actually use or display a Trump coin. If it's a physical coin, you can hold it in your hand, admire its design, and store it in a plastic sleeve or display case. You might show it to friends or keep it with other collectibles like special edition magazines or autographed baseballs. If your coin is digital, you store it in what's called a cryptocurrency wallet on your phone or computer. From there, you can watch the coin's price on online exchanges, buy more if you think it's worth it, or sell it if you find a buyer. Just remember, digital coins can be as unpredictable as the weather. Their value can rise and fall quickly based on what people think they're worth. One challenge is not getting fooled by ads or flashy sales pitches. Some commercials will claim a particular Trump coin is extremely rare, about to skyrocket in price, or part of a once-in-a-lifetime deal. These marketing tactics may sound exciting, but be cautious. If a coin is mass-produced or made of cheap metals, you might not see any real return on your purchase. You could have a nice-looking collectible, but probably not a golden ticket to riches. That's the nature of souvenirs. They can be personally meaningful, but they're not the same as real money. Another challenge is telling the difference between a legitimate commemorative coin and something that looks official but isn't. Government-backed coins have a specific design and are made in authorized mints. Trump coins typically come from private manufacturers, meaning they don't hold legal tender status. Some might contain high-quality gold or silver, giving them some intrinsic worth. Others might just have a thin coat of gold paint on a base metal. It's good to do a little research or ask someone you trust before making a purchase, especially if it's expensive. Is there a future for Trump coins? Possibly, especially among fans who like the idea of holding on to a piece of political history. Memorabilia of famous people can become more valuable in time if interest remains strong and the items are relatively scarce. On the flip side, if people move on to other trends or if too many coins are produced, demand might fizzle and prices could drop. Just like any collectible, there's a certain gamble involved. It's wise to remember that your enjoyment and personal interest in an item can be just as important as the possibility of it going up in value someday. When we consider everything, a Trump coin is best viewed as a keepsake or collector's item rather than actual currency. For some folks, it's an exciting snapshot of a unique moment in politics. For others, it's a piece of shiny metal that doesn't hold much appeal. If you're thinking about owning one, it might help to ask, do I like collecting interesting coins, or do I just want to see if I can make money later? If you're okay with it simply being a neat souvenir, then go for it. If you're expecting it to replace your spending money, you might want to think twice. This kind of collectible isn't so different from many other souvenirs people buy around major events or famous figures. Some things skyrocket in popularity and become prized possessions, while others end up gathering dust in a drawer. Value can be a personal thing, driven by our memories, beliefs, or enjoyment of an item. If you're a fan of Donald Trump, or you just love collecting rare-looking coins, having a Trump coin might be worth it for you. But don't forget, you can't pay for a meal with it at a restaurant, and it doesn't come with any guarantee of becoming a treasure chest of money. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. See you next time on Explain Like I'm 5.